Excuse me. Mugamba gutya mugamba really kind of way would that Veronica, hi Veronica, how are you? That ha ha ha. Why are you laughing, Veronica? Do I have the worst voice? Hmm? You mean I can't sing well? Yes, it's true. I'm to tell my dear Veronica. Not everyone knows God. Hello, good evening, and I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to Norah's live stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome. My name is Norah, and I'm a Ugandan currently living in Saudi Arabia. Hello, my beautiful people. Mugamba mutia mwasiye mutia mwasuze mutia. I hope everyone is doing well. Welcome to the third day of December. Today is 3rd December. Yes, and if you're still breathing, thank God. Pinch your cheeks like this. Ouch. Oh, my cheeks really hurts if I pull them. Let me leave my cheeks. But just thank God for the gift of life. Welcome to Norah's evening live stream, and I hope everyone is doing well. Do you know that today we didn't have electricity for 3 hours? And the entire house was running like, I don't know, Fauzi wawe. My dear Fauzi, Assalamu alaikum. What are you doing here, Fauzia? Fauzia, what are you doing here? You should go back. Kanzulire nti ono si mukama wange. But I hope everyone is doing well. Good evening. Nino kugira mpola, assalamu alaikum. How are you doing? To dry the clothes, we have to iron them so that they can dry faster and furious. I watched the movie from the beginning, from season 1 up to the end. Oh. How many of you were obsessed with Fast and Furious? Me, I was so obsessed. I'm one of the people who were fast. I used to watch Fast and Furious. I watched season 1 up to the 7th. It was the 7th season, up to the last season, I remember. And then Game of the Throne. I watched Game of the Throne from the beginning up to the end. Don't laugh. The Vikings. We used to watch the Vikings, guys. Have you ever watched a movie and then you're like, yes, you feel it, you feel the rhythm, and you feel like you're also getting along with the characters. I remember the first time I watched the Game of the Throne, I was at my friend's place, and then his girlfriend came in, so I had to go home. I was so curious. I went and then I bought my own CDs. And then I watched the Game of the Throne from the first up to the end. I watched Spartacus. If you guys know Spartacus, the sand, is it the sand and the soil? I don't remember. It's the sand and whatever. And then I watched How to Train the Dragons. And I watched Jane the Virgin from the first season up to the end. and I watched Supergirl season 1 up to the end of the season. I watched Empire from the beginning up to the end. Minyichi Ndekechi, guys, I used to watch movies like crazy at home. And back then I was still a student. Imagine, I had to go to work and come back home at around 1 midnight, and I have to watch a movie for 1 hour. That means I used to sleep at around 3 and wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I have to be in class by around 7. And I have to make sure that every night I have to watch one episode until I have to finish all the movies. My sister used to ask me, Nora, what time do you get to revise? So the time that I used to get to revise my books, that used to be during my day off. So I will go with my friend to his place, and then we'll stay there. We will study, because my friend used to be a chef. So for him, when we go there to study, so we you how do we say it? More collecting. I said, you guys collect money, yeah, so that you buy food, and then he's the one who cooks. After cooking, and you guys sit, you study after revising, and then you start watching movies again. But I used to watch movies like there is no any other tomorrow. Vikings. I remember I used to watch Vikings, and then my sister would be like, she reached a certain point where she does not even understand anything. But me, I'm someone who starts something in the middle, but I only have to ask one question. One question is enough for me to understand how the story began. That's me. So if that's how I always start. Like if I start watching something, it's like reading a book. I'll ask you something, and the rest you don't need to tell me. I don't know how my mind does it. Like it's like I'm already inside. Everything is just showing itself to me, and then this will be like, Nora, how do you always memorize everything? Like you don't even know, you didn't start the movie, but you know how the movie goes. You know how the line goes. Have you ever watched The Theory? I'm like, no, I've never watched. I'm just watching the movie now. It's just like, I don't know how you catch up with this. So guys, if you're a movie person, tell me the movies that you watched in your life. The Throne, How to Train the Dragon. It was also a nice movie, however much it was kind of a cartoon, but it's so nice. Bodyguard and Transporter. There are transporters, and there is a transporter. A transporter used to be a guy. For him, he just delivers, but he was a spy. Hey, that movie. Ooh. I don't remember which season I stopped. There's that part where I stopped watching, and then which movie also that I watched, Pirates of Caribbean. I watched from the beginning up to the end. I don't know why they are no longer giving us other movies. And then, but I'm in the kitchen. Me, I've watched movies, Spider-Man. It's just that nowadays I'm busy, that I don't have. But if I go back home again, the movie Dante's, Dante's, wow, Dante. Hello, Habibti, how are you? How are you doing? Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you're doing well, girlfriend. So today I didn't have enough clothes to iron. They were just little, like a little girl, pretty little baby, mm, pretty little Nora. Why don't you go to sleep? Now is the time for the both of us to go to sleep. Mm, pretty little. Weirdest place you have ever fallen asleep? It was on the couch. So, they actually hear there's a question always comes and then they ask you a question, so that you have to answer. I remember one time we had a lot of visitors at home. Actually, we were at the funeral at home and I didn't have a place to sleep. I looked everywhere and I ended up sleeping on the small couch like this. I remember my legs were down and my neck was down also like this, and I woke up feeling like I can't feel my neck. My mom had to help me to tie a scarf to ease my neck, but I was in so much pain. I'll never sleep on the couch again like that. Not again. I've learned that whenever we go somewhere, maybe to a function, I have to carry my own mat. But that day, people had already occupied my mother's mat and I couldn't chase them away like, hey, get off. I have to behave like, it's okay, I'll look for somewhere to sleep. But deep down, I was like, don't forget to like and subscribe to Nora's channel. Good evening, and how are you? Today we're talking about the movies. Which movie did you watch and then you learned something? Which movie that you watched and then you were like, this movie is quite really interesting? Which movie did you watch with your family and then you felt shy? Fast and Furious. Was it 7 when they were in Dubai? And then the part when they kissed. I remember I was watching that movie with my uncle, and then my uncle told me, Nora, please go bring me a glass of water. My uncle has to skip that part of kissing. So when I came back, they had already skipped the movie, other parts. And then I sat, when you're watching movies with elders, you don't complain. They have all the right to skip the parts that you shouldn't watch. But as stubborn as I am, I had to make sure that next time I watch that part with my friends where they were. I had my friends were like, can you imagine we were watching movies? So I didn't narrate to them my story at home. I just had to keep quiet. But now I'm narrating it to you guys. You know, when you're watching movies with your parents, like let me give like an example, like in novela, like Telemundo, guys. Telemundo is Telemundo. Their series, their soap operas. It's something that you shouldn't watch with your kids if you know you're shy. Those guys, they can kiss, and then you feel like you start pretending that you're cleaning the house, yet you're not cleaning. Which other movie that you shouldn't watch with your kids? Game of Thrones. Actually, Game of Thrones should be a bedroom movie. It shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be a family movie. Family movies like How to Train a Dragon, The Haunted House. Those are movies you should watch with family. Those are family movies. And Mr. Peabody, like that's a movie you can watch with your family. There's no kissing in that movie. It's a cartoon, but it's kind of mature, but there's no kissing there. And which one else that you have to watch? I'm trying to select for you the movie that like Jane the Virgin. No, Jane the Virgin. Don't watch Jane the Virgin with. Maybe you can watch with your daughter, just to teach them something. Yeah, and also your sons, but you have to skip some other parts. Which movie can you watch as families? Supergirl, because I remember they didn't kiss that much in Supergirl. Which movie again that you can watch as a family? Madia. You can watch Madia. Madia's Family Gathering, and yeah, Taylor, like Taylor Perry. He's called Terry, right? Like yeah, Terry. You watch his movies, yeah. So you watch those movies, like he's called Tyler Perry. You go and watch his movie. He has one of the most good movies that, yeah, in his movies, not every movie they kiss. I'm just trying to give you the movie that you have to watch with your families, that they don't kiss that much, that you're not going to be like this, eh? You're not going to be like this. Go get me a glass of water. And then, so far, if you're looking into laughing, actually watch some of his movies. Watch his movies. I won't name because I've forgotten some of the titles, but you can watch. Just go and look for them. For his movies, Tyler Perry, search on his movies. Go watch movies that you want to laugh. Watch SpongeBob. You want to laugh, there's a SpongeBob Out of Water. How I Met Your Mother, if you want to laugh. And if you want to giggle too much, watch The Three Idiots. Watch The Brides. Watch how do they call them? The side for the groommates. Yeah, the groommates. Watch the movie called The Groommates. Is it The Groommates? I don't know. It's also kind of comedy, but you can laugh. But there is some, they have, but the words, you'll understand, they have those big words that kids shouldn't. That one is not for kids, that's for grown-ups. There are some jokes that are for adults. Which other movie that you can watch? I've watched actually a lot of movies. I don't even remember that much, but I've watched. And if you're watching, if you're with your friends who have feelings for you and you're trying to prevent them to have feelings for you, watch a movie called Just Friends. Yeah, that movie, I love that movie. I remember one time I told my friend we should watch that movie, and then he was like, why are you telling me to watch that movie? I knew that he likes me, but the movie had to send a message to him that you and I were just friends. Don't ever think of even thinking of telling me that you're interested in me, because no, no. And then which one also? Gender virgin. If you want to laugh harder and even pee in your underwears, watch Gender Virgin. The first season of Gender Virgin, it's actually very, very interesting. Interesting. And Pirates of Caribbean. If you're also looking into laughing, if you don't laugh while watching those movies, I think you just have a problem as a person, because there's no how John Depp acted in that movie, and you're just there without even laughing. The guy had to put in enough comedy in that movie so that you can giggle. And then other pirates also, they did their best. So if you're not that kind of person who is good at laughing, me, those are the movies that I look into watching. I don't get tired of watching them. So if you're into that virus, like you're into that harassing, aggressive relationship, you want that you go watch Spartacus. You can go and watch Spartacus with your partner. Don't watch Spartacus alone. Watch Spartacus with your partner. Watch Game of the Throne with your partner. Watch the movie of the Caesar. Watch it with your partner. And then which another movie? The weird things that happens. That's a family movie. You can go and look for family movies. There are many out there. You can see under 18, 15 and above, 13 and above. You see, they recommend the age. So don't go and start watching movie that is not for you. Yeah, but for the adults, you can watch some of the movies that I've mentioned. They are so interesting, and for some people who want to learn English, let me tell you guys, English is also just a language that we learn. Me, in my school where I went, they never spoke so much English. Their English was so little. But how did I learn most of my English? I learned most of my English watching the movies of the European. Those are like Europe is big, so I used to watch the English movies where the Scottish, and then I used to watch Robin Hood. I learned most of my English from Robin Hood. Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones not because of what was in the movie, but because of the English and the accent and the new words that I've never had people using while speaking English. And which one also? So me, the reason why I don't watch translated movies, and I don't like them, because when someone translates, you don't like, for them they add in, and sometimes they don't say exactly what the other person says. For them, they put in their own words. That's why I don't watch translated movies. However, some people say that kweraga, but it's not kweraga. If you're interested in learning something, I've seen a lot of people struggle with speaking English, but English is just an easy word to an easy language to learn if you put effort into it. I know some of you will be like, okay, if you can put effort in learning English, why don't you put effort in learning Arabic? Actually, I would love to put effort, but I don't know why. When they say something is not into you, you cannot learn. I've tried my best, but I found that I don't have passion in it. But in other languages, I'm so interested. I'm so interested in learning other languages, because it's one of the most places that I always intervene with other people. So in the future, I don't think I will be intervening with the Arabs. I will be more in Swedish, people who speak Swedish, people who speak English, people who are speaking French, people who are speaking Spanish, people who are speaking Chinese and Korean. Those are the people that I know in the future will be in Uganda. In Uganda, we don't like most of the people who are in Uganda are foreigners. For them, they speak English. You find someone like a Chinese, like you can find a foreigner who's looking for someone to translate for them, and someone you're speaking Chinese. They pay you just to be a translator, and then you find someone else like that. Kati temugenda kummenya baanamu nti njogera olulimi olutagenda kumpa ssente e Uganda. Muwulidde? Abasudani bajja kutranslatinga. Kangulekere ogwo omulimu abasudani nabo bagukoleko. Wabaawo ayagala okwogera oluzungu run mbeerewo. Darling, let me go get something to drink, tea. Hola, mi amor. How are you? Oli bulungi chikwano? I hope you're doing well. Kindly guys like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Oh wait, let me get my chair. Another question. Hello. I was one who was live on air. You are the one who was live. How are you doing? You are the one. I do remember you. Welcome back, Yazid. Why Yazid? How are you? Welcome back from that. Welcome back from that live on air. How are you doing? How are you doing? Can't you say the Camila and you? Now you can tell me, let me eat in peace. Just move your body. Mugamba Mutia. She's right here, guys. Don't worry. She's right here. Just say hello to me and I'll respond to you. You know the Muna she's right here. It's cold, so I have to warm my throat, guys. And I don't want to sneeze. nga gwawalanga amadaala simanyi gwe wuyo gwalongoosa toyi gwasitula ebitanda. Abantu muyikiriza ngenda kuddiza fire. Excuse me. So the one who was on air, how are you? How are you doing, my dear friend? Now you've landed on the ground. That's good if you've landed well. Abantu bamayumba your body. Now we feel somehow breathing. Sarah, what? Uliambo parliament. So somebody said something. The way I'm looking at you, are you looking at me? The way I'm thinking about you, are you thinking about me? Excuse me. Hauchaya kakanye. The way I'm looking at you, are you looking at me the way I'm looking at you? Nag. No one should ever sit in front of me because I have that look that can make you feel guilty. I'm that person who looks at you like this, you know, when you're talking and I'm like, okay, okay, I see. And then you end up start feeling guilty. Nga mugamba mutya. So we were talking about the movies, guys, today. And then I was giving you some movies that you can watch. Hey, and if you want to scare some people, watch The Wrong Turn, guys. Do you know that if you watch the movie or The Wrong Turn, you might think that it was real? We used to be scared or afraid, but we have to finish the movie. You know that we used to watch Wrong Turn, and then no one would want to go out again in the middle of the night. Everyone could put bucket under their bed. And then after watching the movie, we could all ask ourselves that, but what's wrong with us? Did anyone force us to watch the movie that, So what were we doing? That was the question. You see the movie and there is another movie called Take Me With You. It's also a horror movie. The movies that I've watched so far that are so scary, yeah? The movie that I've won all the movies, it's The Wrong Turn, guys. Yeah. Wrong Turn is a movie that you watch and then you feel like you don't even want to go out. You don't even want to walk alone. You don't want to sit alone because you feel like Wrong Turn. It is exactly the wrong turn. Muliwa ogera weka bitera kunyiiza. Veronica. Someone kindly say something, say something. Say something, say something.